The legend of the Edmund Fitzgerald. On November 10, 1975, a storm swept across Lake Superior, the largest and most dangerous of the Great Lakes. In its path was the SS Edmund Fitzgerald *, a 729-foot iron ore freighter known as the Pride of the American Side. By nightfall, the mighty ship and all 29 men aboard would vanish beneath the waves, leaving behind one of the most enduring maritime mysteries in North America. The story of the Edmund Fitzgerald has since become a legend, immortalized in song, remembered in lore, and kept alive by those who still search for answers. A ship built for greatness. When she launched in 1958, the Edmund Fitzgerald was the largest ship on the Great Lakes. Named after the president of Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, which had financed her construction, the Fitzgerald was a giant of her time, able to carry more than 26,000 tons of iron ore pellets from Minnesota mines to steel mills across the Midwest. Her size and speed made her a workhorse of the shipping industry. Mariners respected her, and the public admired her. Whenever the Fitzgerald passed through Detroit or Cleveland, crowds gathered just to watch the great ship glide by. The Fateful Voyage. The Fitzgerald's last journey began uneventfully. On November 9, 1975, under the command of Captain Ernest McSorley, the ship departed Superior, Wisconsin, loaded with 26,116 tons of iron ore bound for Detroit. But a fierce November gale was brewing over Lake Superior. By the next day, winds had risen to hurricane force, with waves towering over 25 feet high. Heavy snow squalls reduced visibility to almost nothing. The Fitzgerald pressed on, accompanied by another freighter, the Arthur M. Anderson. Throughout the day, McSorley radioed reports of damage. Radar was down, vents were lost, and the ship was taking on water. Yet he assured the Anderson's captain they were holding our own. At 7:10 p.m., McSorley sent his final transmission. Minutes later, the Fitzgerald disappeared from radar screens. The ship had sunk suddenly, without a distress call, in waters 530 feet deep. Searching for answers. The sinking of the Fitzgerald stunned the maritime community. Despite extensive searches, no survivors were found, and the wreckage offered few clues. To this day, theories abound. Structural failure from the storm's massive waves. Cargo shift, making the ship unstable. Hatch cover leaks, allowing water to flood the holds. Or a rogue wave, striking with crushing force. The U.S. Coast Guard's official report concluded that the most likely cause was flooding due to compromised cargo hatches. But other investigators, including the National Transportation Safety Board, suggested alternative scenarios. The exact cause remains uncertain, adding to the mystery that keeps the legend alive. The song that immortalized the tragedy. A year after the disaster, Canadian folk singer Gordon Lightfoot released *, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. The haunting ballad captured the heartbreak and mystery of the sinking, with lyrics that vividly described the ship, the storm, and the loss of her crew. The song became a hit, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart in 1976. For many, it was their first introduction to the tragedy, and for the families of the lost sailors, it was a solemn tribute. To this day, the song is played at memorials and maritime events across the Great Lakes region. Remembering the 29 souls. The Edmund Fitzgerald was not just a ship, it was home to 29 men who never returned. Their names are etched on memorial plaques at Whitefish Point, Michigan, near where the ship went down. Each November 10th, bells are tolled 29 times in their honor at the Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum. The legend of the Fitzgerald endures because it speaks to something larger than one tragedy. It is a reminder of the power of nature, the risks of maritime work, and the human cost of progress. It is also a story that continues to fascinate because it remains